You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, we have got some brand new spoilers for next week, including a stunning confession from Sally Spectra and Tessa Porter's life-changing decision. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we've got the latest Y&R spoilers for the week of September 29th. So please click that subscribe button if you're not already following us. Let's get into it. We're going to start with Sally and what she is confessing and to whom. As this week ended, it seems that Billy Abbott finally got a clue, and he begs Sally to make up instead of break up. And I'm sorry, I just don't buy Billy backtracking on the revenge. Do you? He insisted to Sally, though, that she is the most important thing in his life. Billy says he'll stop the revenge games, put her first, get the funding back for Abbott.com, and he will work for Sally at their new startups. And against all odds, when Billy went through all this rigmarole, Sally actually believed it. And Billy wasted no time in getting their relationship back on track. Over drinks at the Jazz Lounge, Billy was toasting Sally. Billy's insisting he will choose Sally over Chancellor. And Billy knows he's got to give all this up if he wants to prove himself, if he wants to keep Sally. So she warned Billy he'd better never put her second or third again. So he gets it and he tells Sally, no, I'm choosing you. I'm turning away from all of it. Sally is noticing that all of a sudden Billy says all the right things, and he's saying he's obsessed with Sally, not revenge. He won't give her up. You know, Billy's also pressing Sally to move in with him, but she wants to take things slow, which is smart. And Billy does get her back into bed, which is kind of dumb for her. I mean, I know she cares about him. So it seems like Sally and Billy are at the moment on the same page, destined for a happily ever after. However, it sounds like something is about to go seriously wrong between Sally and Billy again, because official Young and the Restless spoilers for next week have Sally on a video call with Billy's mom, Jill Abbott. I don't think we've ever seen them interacting like that unless it was business reasons, right? And not even that. So that's who Sally's making the confession to. She's got two things to say to Jill. First, Sally says that she's fallen in love with Billy. That's nice. I'm sure Jill will be happy to hear that he's got a woman in his life. But then Sally tells Jill they have a real problem. So there's a slim chance that Billy is not going to go off the rails again already. You know, maybe just Sally wants to warn Jill that Cane Ashby has this awful AI and that he's posing a threat to Billy and other people that Jill cares about. You know, Sally may be just giving her a 411 informational call. Or maybe Billy screwed things up again already. We'll have to wait and see. Now, let's talk about Michael Baldwin. Because at the end of this week, Kane has a serious chat with Michael after Kane rejects Victor's blackmail and the mustache walks out. So Michael's playing dumb about why Victor was there, even though he knows. And Kane tells him he rejected a deal from Victor. And then Michael says Victor warned him about working for Kane, and he asks if Victor was right to warn him. So Michael also was asking for details about Kane's plan, and he wants to know if Michael sees him as a villain or if he thinks Kane is a hero. And Michael kind of sidesteps the question and just says that everybody's worried what Kane is going to do to Genoa City's top companies. And so he keeps pressing Michael. And then finally, the lawyer confesses to Kane that, look, I don't want you hurting the people I care about. So Michael warns Kane, stop it or I will stop you, which is kind of interesting. And Michael is prodding him about, are you doing these things to try and impress Lily? And Kane says that Michael's not who he thought he was, and he goes ahead and he fires him. So Kane doesn't want to pay Michael to see him working against him. However, and this is interesting, Kane does say that he respects Michael as a man. So he gets why he's doing what he's doing, but he's not going to have him sabotaging and undermining him. So Michael warns Kane he's going to fight him and he is not going to let him target the people he cares about. And he lets him know that even if he's not working for Kane, he'll still be working against him from the outside, if not from the inside. So next week, despite Michael getting the heave-ho from Kane, it looks like Lauren Fenmore is having a moment. She has been pushed too far. Now, she thought Michael was lying, but then Lauren calmed down after Michael came clean and said that he took this job with Kane, but he's trying to stop a war in Genoa City, trying to keep the peace. But next week, Lauren is with her friend Nikki Newman, and she's venting. She's very unhappy. And Lauren tells Nikki that she really loves Michael, but she's just not sure if she can go on this way. So it seems like Lauren doesn't like Michael being under the thumb of a powerful villain. And it doesn't matter if that villain is Victor or if it's Kane, who interestingly seems to see himself as the hero of this story, which I don't get. So I wonder if Nikki is going to tell Lauren about Jack proposing a truce with Victor and asking him to help target Kane together. Something must happen with Michael to push Lauren too far. So maybe Michael comes home and says he's not working for Kane anymore. But before Lauren can pull out the champagne, Michael may tell her what he told Kane, that he's still going to target him. He's still going to work against him, but Michael's going to do it without getting a paycheck from either Victor or Kane. So it sounds like things are getting really messy. I do hope Lauren calms down and she and Michael survive this. Fingers crossed. All right, next. We have not seen Sharon in a hot minute, but she has scenes next week with Tessa. And then Sharon has got a major storyline coming up where she and Nick head to LA to see their son, Noah Newman. There's a big story arc there with 3 new characters introduced, and Noah's opening a club in LA and he winds up in some sort of danger. But before Sharon heads to LA with Nick, next week, the coffee shop owner chats up her daughter-in-law, Tessa. So we're going to see Sharon telling Tessa maybe she should give this a little more thought, this thing that she's proposing. So Tessa tells Sharon that this is all that she has thought about. So clearly, this is about what Daniel and Mariah talked about, and then what Daniel and Tessa talked about, that Mariah tried to kill somebody. It wasn't self-defense, and Mariah is leaving town, doesn't know if she'll be back, wants Daniel to watch over them. Anytime that Sharon has tried to get Mariah to open up to her, well, we've seen her daughter get mad and threaten to cut Sharon out of her life. So at least she's talking to somebody. Mariah has already pushed Tessa away, but it looks like Mariah's wife is going to try one last time to hold things together. Tessa tells Sharon that going to get answers may be the only way to save Mariah and their marriage. So I'm assuming this is about Tessa's plan to go to the hotel where Mariah is staying and dig in and try and force some answers about exactly what happened, why it happened, what's happening now. Daniel has already agreed to go along and help Tessa in whatever way he can, but it definitely has me wondering if Mariah and Tessa are doomed and they're really going to bounce her over to Daniel. Young and the Restless is heating up next week. We got 3 relationships on the line. Also, be sure to check out our full weekly spoilers video for the week of September 29th through October 3rd, coming soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.